Alright, so you might be wondering, why do I have a picture of Santa Claus on my screen? I just wanted to do another quick video. Something I ran across recently. Basically, I want to talk about scam coins. I'm sure as you're all aware, they're out there, they exist, but came across two interesting scams recently. Just wanted to point them out specifically to people and give a general reminder about this kind of stuff. With the growth and popularity of cryptocurrency, alarm went off there. With the growth and popularity of cryptocurrency, the popularity of scams has grown increasingly as well. There's all kinds of scams, of course. Like I mentioned before, sometimes people do scams in channels for new currencies, pretending to be a dev and sell you coins, or that kind of stuff. But this one's a little bit different. So, one of my friends, they know I'm all big into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And they came across a link to this in Craigslist and sent it to me. It's just like, oh, if you missed on Bitcoin, check out this currency. I thought that was kind of odd, but I'm like, okay, maybe they're just finding a new way to go ahead and, market a currency to new people. If you're not familiar, there's a standard format you usually do this with. Most people, what they're going to do is they're going to, they're going to build a website, about their currency. They're going to put up an announcement thread, a Bitcoin talk, maybe create a subreddit or something like that. Basically just announce everybody. I was like, oh, okay, maybe these guys are trying something different. So I click the link, it takes me here. It's talking about these Kringle coins or Kringle gift. And they're like, yeah, just give us some info, get your free 50,000 Kringle coins. And they're going to go ahead and automatically, go up in value. Yeah, times $10 or something like. Oh yeah, 1 year they'll be worth $10 each, so you'll basically be rich. And obviously, I read through this. I'm like looking through it, and I start going through. I'm like, man, this looks very weird and suspicious. So I do some googling on it, and of course, it seems like this is connected to that billion coin. They're either connected, they're the same thing, or something like that. But yeah, basically, it looks kind of like just like some kind of classic multi-level marketing scam. And you look at it, like you Google, the first things you find are either guides telling you how to get your free Kringle cash, or people warning you that this is a scam. And it doesn't have information at any of the usual places. There's no real website with a white paper on this. Nothing in Bitcoin Talk. What you do find in Bitcoin Talk, people are warning to keep away from it. So it looks like it's just a scam. Probably not even a real cryptocurrency because it's not even in circulation anywhere. Just people trying to get your info and somehow profit off of you. So yeah, if you come across anything like this, avoid that. The other thing I wanted to talk about, kind of similar, was what looks like to me a fake ICO. If you're not familiar, an ICO is just an initial coin offering. It's kind of like an IPO, when a company first goes public. It's just, people initially are selling off their coins for the very first time. So I have different websites, like this is one I just came across, ICO list. They try to keep track of all the new ICOs, like, what's ongoing, what's starting, what's over. I like to keep track of ICOs because there's a lot of interesting ones that I come across, and when I find something I do like, I'll usually try to buy at least a little of it. I probably bought at least like a small amount of like 5 different ICOs by now. I might make something to talk about that soon if anyone's interested. But anyway, one of my apps on my phone notified me about this Ether BTC, and I was like, well, I guess that sounds kind of interesting. Let me take a look. I mean, I know a lot of the codes known for them. I'm like, maybe this is supposed to be some hybrid type thing to combine the best of both. That's what they claim. They're going like, oh yeah, this combines the best of both Bitcoin and Ethereum to create a hybrid cryptocurrency. Which is a little bit weird to me because they're two totally different things. I mean, Bitcoin's meant to be a digital cash. Ethereum isn't really a cash, it's a decentralized computing blockchain, which they do mention here. So, anyway, I went ahead and I glanced through this here, and what I found strange about it is it doesn't really tell you much. Like, for instance, I looked at their white paper, because usually this will happen with an ICO. Someone will post an announcement thread, they'll put up in a website with a white paper. The white paper explains everything as far as, like, the technical details and, non-technical stuff, like, what's the goal behind this, what's the mission, blah, blah, blah. Well, so I'm looking through this here. This is probably one of the shortest damn white papers I've ever seen. And again, it doesn't really tell you much. It says it's a hybrid currency. It says it solves a problem, apparently combining, Ethereum's decentralized blockchain computing and smart contracts with Bitcoin's ability to act as a digital currency. But, yeah, it doesn't really tell you much else. It doesn't tell you a whole lot as far as like the actual technology behind this coin. And I guess they're saying it's not going to be mined or anything like that. It just seems very lacking to me in any kind of technical details behind it. And then you go to buy it, and it's like, oh yeah, 100 BTC first tier is $100. I'm just like, oh, that seems awfully steep. 100 coins for $100 for something that's brand new there. Um, so yeah, I mean, the this Kringle. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people have made it rich off of this Kringle coin thing, or maybe this Ether BTC is like some kind of legit project and it's just kind of poorly put together. But my personal opinion, I would suggest to keep away from it. It looks suspicious to me. It's lacking information. I searched around Bitcoin Talk and Reddit, like the usual places. I couldn't really find a whole lot or much of anything mentioning this ICO here. And like I said, they're not answering kind of technical questions. They don't have much information out there behind the actual technology behind this. So I think this is just going to be some kind of scam pump and dump type deal, which, I could be. Yeah, this is where physical coins will be produced to order and shipped within 90 days of purchase. Yeah, I don't know. This one it looks really scammy to me. So I would personally advise to keep away from this as well there. You know, I mean, not to say it works this way with all of them, but generally what I look for in what I consider to be a good cryptocurrency, it's something I want to invest in, ICO or not, is one that seems like clear and straightforward. Like here's what I'm looking at, Terracoin, nice little website, got FAQ and everything. Could use some improvement, but whatever. They had the announcement thread on Bitcoin Talk. It looks like there's an active community, people are talking, and there's even responses from like people in the development community. They have a Reddit, they have a Slack channel, it's active. Again, devs seem to be talking in it, people seem to be talking in it. It just, basically what I look for is I look for a coin that, one, has like either something unique about it that I like or something that makes it stand out, whatever. Active community of people that are interested in it, looking to bring others into it, and developers that seem active and like they're working on it. Oh, that reminds me actually, one more thing that comes to my mind here while I'm going over this. If you've been thinking about Eternity Coin, I'd suggest to be careful about that. I've been eyeing coins recently that can do master nodes, and Eternity Coin was one such coin that caught my eye. I had been debating on it, and I was kind of waiting, and then I noticed recently the price on, what was it? It was like Trade Satoshi. It shot up to like, from like 10 cents a coin to like $1 a coin, and now it's hovering around 30 cents a coin. Like, it just went way up for no reason, and then dropped down, and I was like, huh, that's kind of suspicious there. So then I'm going around here on like, the the Bitcoin Talk thread and the Slack thread. I'm just trying to understand, did I miss something here? Because the reason why I hadn't gotten to this coin yet was I didn't see the dev doesn't really seem to be active or responsive anymore. And obviously that's kind of a important thing. You need an active dev, like, responding and actively working on the currency and all that kind of stuff there. Now let's see here if I can get in here. No, I don't want to change the password. I just want to go ahead and hop into their Slack channel so I can take a look. There we go. Yeah, and even when I hopped into their Slack channel, no one really seemed to know what was going on because, again, devs doesn't seem to be in the Slack channel, and people are just going like, oh, Eternity just shot up in price. This is a great project. I'm going to buy some, and I'm going to build master nodes now. Yeah, see, just that's literally all we're talking about is how this just shot up for no reason. So, I mean, I don't know. I could be wrong. Like I said, I was thinking about buying into it, but I'll keep watching this one, but I'm personally going to keep away from this as well because I don't know about them, but this seems very let's see, like okay. See, they can't even agree if this guy is active or not because now here's one person claiming something is I don't know. Personally, I'm just going to keep an eye on this, but I'm suggesting just to be careful with this one here because it just seems odd for no real reason. There's not any major announcements I can find besides one obscure reference on Slack that the dev might be active on Telegram, but all of a sudden, for no reason, all the coin shot up from 10 cents to over $1 and is now dropped back down to 30 cents just overnight like that. And don't get me wrong, it's a cryptocurrency world. Stranger things have happened. It just seems suspicious to me, almost like someone's pumping the coin to push up the price so that they can make a profit. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, just wanted to give you a heads up. Yeah, so Ether BTC and Kringle Cash, I just always be careful about that. And as always, just be careful in general. There's a lot of new ICOs coming up. A lot of these are very scammy. They're just looking to take away your money quickly. And yeah, just make sure to do your research, do your homework, and not fall for it. Any thoughts or opinions, feel free to let me know.